All right, good morning, happy Friday, happy day, whatever it is of the new norm. My name is Kathleen. I'm filling in this morning for Haley. It's my honor and pleasure to be able to come and see some familiar faces this morning and rejoin my Mbody family. Let's get started in child's pose. Coming down onto your knees, take them to the outer edges of your mat. Bring your big toes to touch behind you. Stretching your arms out long, beginning to wake up your body, creating space. Fire up that ujjayi breath, sourcing from our throats, even inhales, even exhales, making that oceanic sound. Spread out your fingers, pull the pit of your belly in and up. And each inhale, stretch out a little further. Feel your vertebrae start to separate, creating more space. And each exhale, push down closer towards your heels. Just take a big breath in, full of gratitude. Gratitude for being able to carve 60 minutes out for yourself, for yoga, for community. And then exhale anything that's not serving you, not serving your intention today. Take one more inhale. Blow it out. Curl your toes under, come into downward facing dog. Finding movement, bringing water into your hamstrings, into your knees, pedaling back and forth. Perhaps you shake your hips out. Lift up your toes and then spread them out on your mat. Feel the four corners. Spreading out your fingers, turn your index finger towards 12 o'clock. Then rotate your shoulders in, taking that strain off of your radial nerve, off of the wrists, and grounding into your hands. Pull your chest towards your thighs, squeeze your thoracic spine in, pull your upper arm bones back. And then inhale, coming up onto your toes. Exhale, sink your heels down towards your mat. Inhale, lift up, feel the strength of your toes, take your tailbone higher. Exhale, sink your heels down. Walk your feet behind your wrists, coming into a ragdoll. Grab opposite elbows. You can also intensify by wrapping your arms around the back of your knees. You can grab your big toes with your peace fingers. But drop your head down. Just let your upper body hang heavy here. We carry around this 9-pound thing on our shoulders all day long. And if you're like me, I tend to hunch my shoulders up. Adds to that intensity. So just let it go. There's nothing to do, nothing to hold on to. Shake your head, yes. Shake your head, no. And shake your head, yes again, because we're always a yes. Toe heel your feet together. Press down into the four corners of your feet as you lift your arms, extended mountain pose. Fingers lift towards the ceiling, bringing energy into your fingers. Tuck your tailbone under, pull your upper arm bones back. Hands to heart center, elbows out wide. Take an inhale. Tadasana, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Drop the crown of your head towards your mat. Inhale, halfway lift to a flat spine. High plank. Ground your palms down to your mat. Send your feet behind you. Pull your heels over the balls of your feet. Shoulders stack over your wrists. Pull the pit of your belly in and up. Brace your core. Squeeze everything in, skin to muscle to bone, firing up the quads, firing up the shoulders. Exhale, bend your elbows lower down, halfway low plank. Pull your chest forward, coming to the tops of your feet, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, clear out. Bend your knees, look in between your hands, step forward. Halfway lift, fold. Tadasana, root to rise. Fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. High plank. Exhale, low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take an inhale. Exhale. Whew. Bend your knees, look in between your hands, step or float forward. Halfway lift, fold. Tadasana, extend up, find your length. Fold. Halfway lift, high to low plank. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look in between your hands, step or float forward. Halfway lift, fold. Utkatasana. Yes, friends, we're there already. Bend your knees, send your hips back. Press into the four corners of your feet, draw your outer shins in. Take a look down at your toes. If you cannot see them, draw your knees back. Drop your hips a little lower. Tuck your tailbone under. That prevents any lower back pain. Take down one more inch. Dig deep. Fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Right steps forward, right foot forward, warrior one. Be intentional in setting up the physical foundation of your pose. Be up to creating something bigger than yourself. Pull your knee over your ankle. Square your hips, draw your right hip forward, your left hip back. Sink your hips down in line with your knee. Feel your quads start to fire. Feel your hip flexor light up. Draw your upper arm bones back and into your spine. Integrate your upper body. Take one more breath. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward, warrior one. Draw your knee forward, sink down, strengthen your warrior. Square your hips. And wiggle your front foot just a little bit more. And keep breathing. Keep the integrity of your lunge. Spark your fingers towards the ceiling. Bring life, bring energy. Take one more breath here. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, clear out. And it's Friday, I'm excited, so let's party. Let's take up the speed a little bit. Bend your knees, look in between your hands, step or float forward. Halfway lift, fold. Chair pose, one breath. Go to your fullest expression. Fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Right foot forward, warrior one. Inhale as your arms lift up. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog, left side, warrior one. Chaturanga, you flow. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look in between your hands, come forward. Halfway lift, fold. Chair pose, ground down into your feet, sink low. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Right side, warrior one. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Step right into it, left side, warrior one. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look in between your hands, step or float forward. Halfway lift, fold. Utkatasana. Fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Right side you go, warrior one. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Left side, go, warrior one. Chaturanga Tadasana. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths. Letting that land in your body. Knowing child's pose, a water break, a sweat break, it's always available to you. Bring your feet together at the back of your mat. Extend your right leg towards the ceiling. Bend your knee, open up your hips, stack your hips on top of one another. Square your shoulders to the front of your mat, and then stay here or flip your dog. If you're in flip dog, bring your feet hip-width distance. Draw your hips up towards the ceiling. Take your right shoulder down towards your mat, squaring your shoulders back up. Then take your hand forward, follow your gaze, see what's available this morning. If your wheel is there, go for it. Just keep working your hips up. Take one more breath, expand from the inside out. High plank. Bring your right foot up to a hover. Pull your knee in towards your elbow, like spider plank. Take it back. Inhale, draw it forward. Take it back. One more time, bring your right knee to your right elbow. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step it forward, crescent lunge. Be intentional here. Find your base of stability. For me, it typically looks like taking my legs out a little bit wider. If you're on the ball of your foot, pull your heel over your toes, straighten through this back leg. Feel that start to open and strengthen. Pull your core in. Take your upper arm bones back. Hands to heart center. Twist to the right. Connect your elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Gaze up over your top shoulder. Pull your core in and up. And then go to your fullest expression. Maybe you open up your arms. Perhaps you take a bind or an arm balance. Grounding into your feet, expand, create something new. Take one more breath. Pivot around, warrior 2. So keep your knees where they are, but open up your right side body. Everything comes to the right except the front of your head. Gaze over your front fingers. Sink your hips down in line with your knee. Pull your knee towards your pinky toe. Drop your shoulders down. Open up your chest. Flip your palm. Reverse your warrior. Extended side angle. Coming to the inside of your leg, to your thigh, block or prop. Find the four corners of your feet. Pull your mat apart. Integrate your inner thighs as you peel your top shoulder back. Twist from your thoracic spine. If you know a half a bind, drop your top arm across your back. If your full bind is accessible, reach under your thigh. Birds of paradise, see where this morning will take you for 3 more breaths. Beautiful, Nicole. Yeah, peel back, Lynn. Twist from your thoracic spine. Stay through your exhale. Come back up, warrior 2. Flip your palm, reverse your warrior. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Ooh, clear out. Bring your heels together at the back of your mat. Draw your left leg towards the ceiling. Bend your knee, open up. And make your decision, stay here or work into flip dog. You're a little warmer. You might feel this side as a different accessibility. Work with it, play with it. Reach forward, draw your hips up. If you're in 3-legged down dog, lift your leg a little higher, twist open. Take one more breath, draw in, create out. High plank. You know where we're going, it'll flow a little easier. Take your left foot up to a hover. Pull your left knee in towards your left elbow. Crunch, take it back. Inhale, crunch it in. Take it back. One more time and hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. step it forward, crescent lunge. Pull your knee over your heel, straighten through your back leg. Feel the power here. Step into it. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Pull your upper arm bones back into your thoracic spine. Hands to heart center. Twist to the left. And then open up or take your expression. If you're staying in crescent twists, work your top lung back. Follow your top hand as you take it back, as you twist. It's a good detoxifying pose, detoxifying all that negativity, stress, boredom. If you're like me, a lot of chocolate. Take one more breath, twist open. Pivot around, warrior two. Set up, sink down, get low. Flip your palm, reverse your warrior. Extended side angle, dip it on down. Sink into your lunge. It'll give you a lot more accessibility as you try to bind or go into birds. Gaze up towards your top hand. Peel your top lung back. Open up your chest. Tuck your tailbone under. And play here for 3 breaths. Take one big inhale, rinse out, stay through your exhale. Warrior two. Flip your palm, reverse your warrior. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Clear out. Bend your knees, look in between your hands, step or float forward. Halfway lift, fold. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Hands to heart center, twist to the right. Connecting your elbow to your outside of your thigh. Sink your hips down, drop your hips below your heart. Pull your chest up towards your sternum. You've got 5 breaths here. You can open up your arms. You can take a side crow. This is your practice, your Friday. Take what you need. Drop your hips down, peel your top shoulder open. Take one more, rinse out. Ragdoll. Shake it out, sway it out. You can make fists, pound out your thighs. Noticing this ragdoll might feel different from that very first one. The transformation's already happening. Scoop up your big toes with your peace fingers. Take your elbows out wide. Pull the crown of your head towards your mat. Use your body leverage as an assist here. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back, lift up your crown. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Release your bind, toe, heel your feet together. Drop your hips low, Utkatasana. Hands to heart center, twist to the left. Draw attention to your knees. If they've popped apart, bring your knees back to alignment. Drop your hips down, take them lower than your heart, pull your chest up and twist open. And go to your fullest expression today. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, rinse it out. Anything left you're holding on to, let it go. Take one more breath. Crow pose. So release your twist, bring your palms to your mat, bend your elbows, knees to your upper arm bones. And then tilt forward, gaze at the top of your mat as you attempt to lift up a toe. Perhaps both toes come up, draw your feet together, lift your hips up. From your skin to your muscle to your bone, hug in for 3 more breaths. Take one more step or shoot back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. And take a breath in and sigh out. And then come to a tabletop position. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, your hips come over your knees. Do a little upper arm work here. Extend your right leg out, point your toes towards your mat. Squeeze your elbows into your side and lower down, yogi push-up. Exhale, come up. 4 more, lower and come up. For 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides, your left leg goes out. Pull your core in and lower down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and clear out. Bend your knees, look in between your hands, step or float forward. Halfway lift, fold, chair pose. Coming into your hips, eagle right side, right leg over, right arm under. Squeeze in, skin to muscle to bone. Take your skin into your fascia, to your muscle, to your bone. Make it all one fusion. Bringing water to your standing joints, slightly bend. Pull your crown up, straighten through your spine. Release your bind, come back, Utkatasana. Eagle left side. Almost a chair, you're already there. Go to your fullest expression. Maybe you take your hips just a little bit lower. Wrap that foot around your calf. Pull your thoracic spine in, upper arm bones back, finding length through your spine. From your mat to your core, hug in. From your core to your crown, lift up. Release. Chair pose. Eagle, right side. Flow right in, right leg over, right arm under. Draw your elbows in towards your stomach, coming to a hover over your thighs, eagle's nest. Unleash your binds, your arms, your legs, and come into airplane. Right leg extended behind you. Flex your toes towards your mat. Turn your pinky toe down. Square your hips. Squeeze your glute. Lift your leg a little higher. Pull your triceps into your body from skin to muscle to bone. One more breath. Hands to heart center. Come into half moon. Your hand can come down to a block or a prop. You can also try floating your hands. A wall is also a really good prop here. Extend your leg up, flex through your foot. And once you feel stable, work your gaze up towards your top hands. That's not in your cards today. Just keep your gaze where it is. And go to your fullest expression. Maybe you take a sugar cane, bending your knee, grabbing for that back foot. Take one more breath. Expand from the inside out. Ragdoll. Sweet, sweet release. Pound it out, shake it out. Draw your feet together. Sink down, your last chair of the morning. Eagle, left side. Come right into your lowest point. Draw your elbows up. Then take them slowly in towards your core, coming to that hover. Going slow. If you get there first, you just hold it longest. Unwind your bind, airplane. Bringing water to your standing knees. Keep a micro bend. Lift your back leg up. Flex your toes. Square your hips. Integrate your upper body. Squeeze in. Pull your chest up. You want to almost be in an upward facing dog here. Take one more breath. Hands to heart center. Half moon. Take it nice and slow. Peel your top hip open, really nice, Mickey. Looks really good, Donna. Gaze up, lift up, go to your fullest expression. One more breath. Ragdoll. Give your legs some good loving. Probably feeling a little burned out by now. And toe heel your feet together. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward. Warrior one. Exhale as you open up for warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Draw your upper body forward so you can't reach anymore. Then drop your hand down to the outside of your shin. Triangle pose. Find your grounding. Feel your feet pulling your mat apart. Peel your top shoulder back. Twist from your thoracic spine. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, rinse open. Inhale, find length. Exhale, twist open. Take one more twist, rinse out. Rise back up, warrior two. Turn both feet to face the front of your mat. Bring your back foot up about halfway. Lift your arms up, find length. Exhale, hinge forward, pyramid pose. Draw your chin towards your shin. If you're working splits, you can also take monkey here. If you're in pyramid, square your hips. Feel that stretch down the back of your leg and your IT band. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up, flatten your spine, find length through the crown of your head. Exhale, fold. Twisted triangle, so take your left hand to your block or mat, or you can also grab for the outside of your right ankle. Right arm goes up. Twist open. Begin to lift your back heel up. Revolved half moon. You'll feel your upper body come a little bit forward. Just find your balance. Feel that pull coming from all four directions. Take one more breath. High plank. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left foot comes forward, warrior one. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Trikonasana, straighten your front leg. Find that sweet spot where your body just stops and drop it down. Pull your core in, tuck your tailbone under, and lift up. Peel your upper arm back like you're almost going into a back bend. Inhale, lift. Exhale, rinse. Take one more big breath. Twist open. Warrior two. Turn both feet towards the front of your mat. Bring your back foot up about halfway. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold forward, pyramid, or if you want to take monkey. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, hold at the top, extend your crown forward. Fold. Twisted triangle. Your right hand comes down, your left arm goes up. Square your hips down, twist open. Begin to peel that back heel up, lifting up into revolved half moon. Find your center. Lift up your back leg, find extension, expand from the inside out. High plank. Slow plank. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Pull forward for high plank. And lower down, holding your plank for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find your favorite cheek. I'm pretty impressed. Everybody held that. Usually when someone says that to me, I'm just like plonk. Like I'm ready to rest. So working hard. The 6 a.m. crew is always like the most hardcore, I feel. Getting up before sunrise. You don't mess around. Find your other cheek if you haven't already. Bring your arms down by your side, palms face down. Bring your forehead or chin to your mat. Pull your core in, lift your navel off your mat. Place your hips down and lift up into locust. Draw your sternum up, lift your back legs. Find length here. Draw in to create your full expression out. Come down. Windshield wiper your legs back and forth. Release your back. And then go again, locust. You can also create a bind behind your back if that feels good. But lift your sternum, lift your legs, lift as much as you can, but your pelvic bones. Lift up, go up, take one more breath. Come down gently. Windshield wiper your legs back and forth. And bend your knees. Bring your feet in together. I like to start them together because they tend to kind of pop apart. Grab for the outside of your ankles, not your feet, your ankles. Then kick your shins back, pull your chest up, floor bow. You can also take this one leg at a time. Tuck your chin down, protect the integrity of your spine, lift up, draw in to create your fullest expression out. Gently release. Release your back. Bend your knees, go again, floor bow. 2 times to make it better. Lift up, pull your chest up. Keep kicking your shins back. The power of this pose comes from your legs. Donna's getting an assist from her boxer here. Take one more breath. Release, come down. It's a party. Release your back. Take your hands by your rib cage. Press up in, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then you can step, jump through, somersault your way onto your back. Preparing for bridge or wheel if you're ready. Bring your heels in towards your bum to where they touch your middle finger. Press into your feet as you draw your hips up. Bringing them hip-width distance apart. Bring your midline in. Lift up. Come down. Release your back. Take an inhale. Exhale and lift up again. Bridge or wheel. If you're ready for wheel, hands by your ears. Press into straight arms. And get playful here. Maybe you lift up your leg. Maybe you walk your feet in towards your hands, dropping down into camel. Take one more breath. Lift up. Chin to chest, come down. Release your back. Decide what you want your next wheel to look like, and then go there. One thing I've enjoyed about being at home is I can get a little playful and not worry about if I fall or if someone sees me, so be curious. For 3, 2, 1, chin to chest, come down. Release your back. And then one more, bridge or wheel, go. Taking this to your fullest expression for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tuck your chin to your chest, Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of your feet together. Let your knees just fall out, no forcing. You can take one hand to your heart, one to your belly, or you can extend your arms overhead, whichever feels good. Bringing that Ujjayi back to regular, feeling your heart rate start to come back down. And bring your knees into your chest. And give yourself a good, well-deserved hug. Take your legs up towards the ceiling. You can place your hands down by your sides. You can also place them under the small of your back for support, or if you're looking for to level up, you can extend them over your head. But pull your core in, keep your lower back flat, and drop your heels 30 degrees. And take them down 30 more. Keep breathing, keep your low back down. Go to a hover. Look at your toes and lift up 30 degrees. Only 30. 30 more. All the way back up. You've got 4 more. Drop them down 30. Take it down 60. Keep flexing your toes. Take it down to a hover. Look at your toes. Up 30 degrees. Take them up another 30. All the way up. And drop it down 30 degrees. Take it down a little further, 30 more. Down to your hover. Up 30. Keep breathing. Up 30 more. All the way up. 2 more to go. Drop them down. 30 more. Down to your hover. Lift up 30. 30 more. All the way up. Last time. Drop it down 30. Down to 60. Down to a hover. Pulse it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up 30. 30 more. All the way up. Hug your knees into your chest. Whew. Rock and roll 3 times. And we'll meet in downward facing frog. So to set up for frog, because it looks like most of you are on hardwood, which you probably want to fold your edges over to give your knees some cushion. If you're on carpet, you might be all right. Take your knees out as wide as you can. Don't cheat and fold the edges up closer. I do that. I know. Bring your shins perpendicular to your knees. Splay your feet out so you look like a little frog. And then push your hips back. Keep them in line with your knees, if not a little further back. And then come forward onto your belly or put your chest on a prop. You can use a cushion, a pillow, a block. And settle in. Each exhale, work your hips back just a little bit further. Breathe in. This is where that ujjayi really comes into place. Staying steady, not giving in. Our hips are like our emotional junk drawers. All of that stuff, insecurity, negativity, doubts, they all get stuck in there. But release. Breathe them out. Oftentimes when we are faced with coming to our walls that we've constructed for ourselves, we just pull back. But we don't realize, like, out beyond that it's infinite. The energy is endless. So sitting with this, feeling that discomfort, breathing through, it breaks down those walls and opens up so much beyond just flexibility, beyond just less back pain. It frees us, it lightens that weight. I invite you to 5 more breaths. Slowly begin to make your way out, sliding forward onto your belly. Slowly bring your legs straight behind you, rocking them out. And then once you're ready, make your way onto your seat. Extend your legs out, flex your toes towards your nose. Wiggle around, finding your sits bones. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward, hinge from your hips. If you aren't feeling this in your lower back, you can bend your knees just a little bit. It's more about releasing your spine than about that hamstring flexibility. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold forward. Take one more, lift halfway. Exhale, sink lower. Release your bind and come into the inversion of your choice. Waterfall, you can place your hips up on your block, legs extend straight up, or you can use a wall. There's also shoulder stand, a headstand, handstand, if that's most rejuvenating for you. Just get your hips up above your heart. Let the vitality, all of that hard work come down back into your body. If you're in shoulder stand, begin to drop your toes to the earth behind you, making your way into plow. Waterfall, just stay where you are. If you're in headstand, you can play around taking eagle legs or stagger stance. From plow, walk your toes in towards your shoulders, plugging up your ears with your knees, Karna. From Karna, walk your feet back out, taking your thighs back towards the ceiling, plow pose. And then from plow, squeeze your legs together. Use the strength of your core to straighten back up. Shoulder stand, headstand. I invite you down into child's pose. And then everybody return your feet to the earth, removing any props. Hug your knees into your chest. Give it a good squeeze. And take the biggest inhale you have of the class. Fill up your lungs. Hold it at the top. From skin to muscle to bone, hug everything in. Squeeze tight. Feel that tension. Exhale, blow out. Savasana. Spread out on your mat. Take up space. Letting your thoughts come and go. Enjoy your final rest. Begin to bring gentle movement back to your fingers and toes, waking the body back up gently. Take your head side to side if that feels good. Take your arms overhead, extend for a good full body stretch. One at a time, bring your knees into your chest and roll over onto your right hand side, fetal pose. Looking forward to all the possibilities this Friday. And once you feel complete, come to your seat, eyes closed, comfortable position. Straighten through your spine. Inhale, lift your shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, roll down. Hands to heart center. Knuckles to forehead center. Love and light, friends. We bow to ourselves and each other. Namaste. Well, thank you all so much. Your practices are so inspiring. Like I said, the 6 a.m., there are some hardcore people. It's so good to see some of my 6 a.m. regulars. My name is Kathleen, and I was so happy to get to fill in this morning and lead you through your practice. I'll stick around for about 5 to 10 minutes if anyone just, has any questions, wants to see a pose, wants to just chat. Other than that, go get some coffee, some water, a good breakfast, protein, and go kick butt today. And have a good weekend.
Thank you, Kathleen.
Oh, you're welcome, Lynn. I was so happy to see all your puppies.
They're so wild. They're very frisky because of the cold.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
You too. Take care. You're on mute, Mickey.
Oh, hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
Okay. So when you were doing this one,
Yep.
like that's the hardest thing for me. What do I do to get better at that?
Like, what exactly is hard about it? I guess I should first ask. Like, what feels hard?
It feels like it's quadruple hard of the plank part. Like, it took me a very long time to be able to do plank because honestly, I don't have much upper body strength. But for some reason, when I do that, it's like my shoulders collapse, and I almost feel like I'm doing it wrong, or I just have to practice it more, or something.
I would say practice it more, but also you can, come down to your knee. It's just going to be as powerful. So like that way you can get the movement in and like feel like that integration. Because yeah, it's a little more because you have to kind of bend down a little bit lower to like get it in there. And it is a little more strain, but I would say just like come down to your knee to work that movement and then work your way back up. And it's just as powerful. You're still going to work your shoulder and your core.
So do you think if I'm trying to work on that and plank, literally the best thing to do is just do planks?
Yeah. Plank is like honestly the best core exercise. It's better than crunches. It's better because it also gets your shoulders. It like works your legs, but really it like works your traverse, your obliques, like all of that, and it will get your core a lot stronger. I think it's the best core exercise out there, hands down.
But what do you think? Like, what do you think is a good exercise specifically for shoulders? Like, you think plank is just as good? Because that's the hardest. The hardest part about yoga for me is the stuff with arms.
Yeah, so I would say plank.
And I lift dumbbells all day, but it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I would say plank for sure. And then push-ups even.
Yeah.
Are really good. And like push-ups will also get like all of that shoulder. And then, if you've got dumbbells, you can do your presses, your like, your lifts and stuff. But yeah, I think planks because I think that's more functional,
Yeah, and you can just like do it,
Yeah.
It's funny being able to like practicing poses so much more at home now,
Mm-hmm.
and it's crazy because I've been in this cycle the last couple of weeks though, where I'll be like a million practices every day for 3 days, but then it's dead for a day, 2 days.
Yeah.
And sometimes it feels like I'm like starting over, especially with my arms. I don't know why. I feel like I have to practice plank every day. But anyway, that was a good class. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. That was really good to see you. Are you excited about teacher training?
Yeah, honestly, between me and you, the first week, when this first started, obviously it's out of everyone's control, but I was like super pissed off because they didn't tell me. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm paying the same price, wasn't mad at actually Mbody. I was mad at the teacher assistant course in Baptiste that I paid $700 for.
Oh, yeah, the one in Orlando.
Yeah. And they never said anything. The Baptiste place still hasn't. So I'm happy Mbody's doing the virtual,
Yeah.
But I still kind of feel like from Baptiste, like they should say something to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, some communication would be appreciated for sure.
I mean, I guess it just feels weird because I like quit this job at a hotel. I like restructured my life, and then they both got canceled. And then this, and I was like, oh fuck. But at least Mbody's doing I think it's good they're doing the 200 hour.
I do too.
I'm excited. I guess just like for a couple weeks there, it was just like, oh God, because it's like it's like all this money I'm paying and I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's cool. I'm sure Baptiste will say something, but it's still kind of like, seriously, it's been 2 months and you can't at least just send us a little email saying, hey, we have your $700.
Right, we'll reschedule it, or I hear ya.
I mean, I don't know. It is what it is,
Yeah, well, hopefully you'll hear something soon.
Have you been during all this? Anything exciting?
Same old. Like, Boston was postponed, so like running kind of is like, like I don't have any like real goals, but I'm still trying to keep my fitness up. I'm still working, so I work from home. So, I'm actually busier probably than I usually am because it's just a lot more to keep up with the communication and all of that stuff. So, I've been busy, but I'm ready to get back out into like the world, see people, touch people. Like, I miss that connection a lot.
Oh, yeah. It's weird. Like, I started working at Amazon, but like you don't really talk to people there.
Well, okay.
But you're around a lot of people, but like it's very they really enforce the 6-foot social distancing. So
I'd imagine, yeah. Because like that's a lot of liability. There's already been stuff in the news about when people got sick and like they were like, I didn't feel protected. So
yeah, it's like
it's hard.
It's really wild because there's so many people in there, but you're all just like, I've been there for a month. I don't know a single person's name.
Oh, wow. That is so
like
weird.
I've probably in the month I've been there, I've probably had like less than 5 minutes of actual communication.
And that's crazy because I feel like I'm getting communication at work. Like we have Zoom and stuff, but it's still like to me not the same. But I can't imagine being around people and then not talking. That's even weirder.
Oh, it's so weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird. But whatever. Other than that, I can't really complain, I guess. Like my family in New York, their life just sucks right now.
I bet.
So I feel so bad for them. My grandma died last week of this, and then we had
I'm so sorry.
We had a FaceTime funeral. It was so weird. Like, really?
Yeah.
So that was like pretty bizarre. So I feel grateful I'm here because I feel like my life's like not really bad compared to theirs,
That's what I keep telling myself too. Like when I'm getting kind of mad about something, I'm like, it could really be a lot worse. Like I can go outside. I have all of my health,
Yeah, I keep telling myself that too. Like I feel like a brat now that I was like complaining about yoga trainings and flights being canceled because it's like real, you know what I mean? Like it's like
I think though you can be grateful and still be disappointed. You can still be grateful about some things but still feel disappointment and grief over a loss.
Yeah. I guess it just kind of puts things in perspective of what matters. I guess it just felt weird because it was like I don't know, when you spend a lot of money, you're like, oh my God, you know what I mean?
especially with the uncertainty of like knowing when will I have a job again, like when will money come back in, that kind of stuff.
Totally. It's wacky, but yeah, hopefully looking forward to teacher training. So that should be
looking forward to what's in store for you. You're taking a feature class.
Yeah, it's good. It's gonna be a trip. I'm excited about it. I'm doing that 40 for 40 with Barron. That's a trip.
Okay, yeah, that's a good program. I've done it a couple times, not with Barron, but it's a good program.
They're really organized. Like, I mean, honestly, I didn't know what it was gonna be. Like, I mean, I kind of not really, but like, you do this hour with him, and then you do an hour with another group, but then they break you down into smaller groups, and then you have a group you're with.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like pretty like. It's funny because now it's like I talk to these people more than I talk to like people I know.
And it's about like a lot of soul stuff.
Oh yeah. It's pretty intense. It's cool. I really like it though. It's like really interesting. You know.
I'm good. Well, hopefully I'll see you soon, and I look forward to hearing more about your teacher training.
All right. Have a good weekend. Thanks for the class.
You too. Take care. Bye.
Okay. Bye.